We're going to save over $1 trillion.
President Trump has issued a flurry of executive orders designed to cut back on U.S. environmental protection, to try to cut back on the growth of renewable energy, and to try to drill, baby, drill.
The next item here is the withdrawal from the Paris Climate Treaty.
The Paris Climate Agreement did not impose on the U.S. or any country any particular obligations that it didn't take on itself. So each country came up with its voluntary pledges. Trump now, as he did before, is withdrawing from the negotiations. It means that the dominant player going forward will be China.
So several of his executive orders will have the effect of at least trying to incentivize more production of oil and gas. And the reason I say trying is it's important to note that the United States right now is the largest producer of oil of any nation in history.
It's hard to imagine what kind of national energy emergency we're in. The only justification that he put forth in the executive order was because of price. Now, the price of energy is now not historically high, and none of the actions that he's talking about taking will actually reduce the price of energy. Actually, some of them will increase the price of energy because wind, which is one of his particular targets, is an inexpensive way of producing energy, and if he's trying to stop development of wind, that's going to hurt rather than help the price of energy. The executive orders call for speeding up and in some cases bypassing the restrictions of the Endangered Species Act and allowing oil drilling for the first time in the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, which is a very important wildlife habitat that's been protected for decades.
Another one of the executive orders revoked incentives for electric vehicles. This is going to have to be detrimental in the long term because it signals a shift in policy, and of course automakers have been building out their plans based on a policy environment. So it can't be good. Whether it's disastrous remains to be seen.
It's long been established that low-income and minority communities are more seriously affected by all kinds of pollution and other environmental hazards. And so for decades we've had a set of programs to try to redress this environmental injustice. Trump has wiped all of that out. And that means that these environmental injustices will continue and might become more severe.